I'm not saying I'm traditional either. Like, I'm not. Okay.
I believe that in the beginning, the woman is the prize. So as in a woman has her prime stage. And then when she gets to a certain stage in her life, it switches over and the man becomes the prize. So like when women become, like I'd say from about 40 onwards.
Okay. When the sexual market value
it switches over and the men become the prize and the women are not so much the prize.
That's a good answer. Okay. What do you guys think, men or women?
I think men are the prize. I'm not going to lie. I'll be honest with you.
At all stages, you think men are the prize?
Pretty much. Not even in a way like to say, I'm 100%. Let me say why, yeah? Because as a guy right now, at my age, and even in all of our ages, especially like us guys in our 20s, I don't feel like there's what do I get from being in a relationship right now? For me personally, in this current market right now, if I go out with a girl, she's gonna get dates, she's gonna get driven around wherever, she's gonna go on holidays. What do I get?
What kind of woman are you looking for?
Okay.
I just want to say, what can he get that he can't get from a hooker and a maid?
Love.
Yeah,
love.
What does that mean? Because a lot of times when I ask girls this, they give like broad statements without specifics. So could I have something specific?
Yeah. So you're saying that you're gonna date her, take her on holidays. I mean, a stupid.
Generally.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Generally, yeah.
There's no woman on this planet that will get all of that good stuff and not give you love.
I think Amber Heard. Amber Heard. Jada Pinkett Smith.
There are women who are opportunists. There are women who see that he is the prize and don't go for it.
But
the thing is, like, what I'm saying today, like modern women, I think it's a bad deal.
It is a bad deal.
Yeah, because we're not virgins anymore. Like, except him, he found one.
Gotta go to church, guys.
Question: was you a virgin when you married your wife?
No.
Okay.
The average age of first marriage in the UK is 31, so we don't have the youth anymore. And the purity, so like what do they get?
So I think you guys get the better end of the stick, which is what makes us the prize. We're going.
I was gonna say, all right, you're saying the hooker, all of that. In my mind, yeah. Apart from sex, all of that.
Yeah.
In my head, I feel like you would have, women are nurturing. Well, most women, hopefully, you would have that. Like, I'm talking whether it's psychological. You have people that are your friends before you get into relationships. That friendship, that whole like being there for you, whether it's through a mental breakdown, that sincerity of not using you for what you have, I feel like that is what you potentially would get from a sincere person, if you get what I'm saying.
So
I get that from a friend though, like my guy friend.
Okay, so I have to say.
What I'm saying, like that's a woman's point of view, because I think that's what you would want is like sincerity from a guy. But like, so a lot of times, like as girls, when we think about what we want, like we project it onto what guys want. They kind of just want us to shut up.
Peace of mind. I said it.
I think for most men, so like the average men, I think women are the prize because supposedly a lot of men don't get women. So
yeah,
I think women would be the prize.
Yeah.
However, I think the highest or like the most optimal prize would be a man because most like they tend to skew the market a bit more because like Kevin Samuels is his like version of a high value man or what have you. They seem to be the biggest prize that you could possibly get in dating. However, I think for most men, women are the prize because they don't get women anyway. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't you say those guys don't ever get a woman? Like, because 1 out of 3 men are virgins or haven't had sex in the past year.
No.
Yeah, so that's why I would say, like, if those type of guys got a woman, they would feel like they got a prize.
Yeah, but I don't really think they ever get into relationships. Like, to me, it's like there's 2 types of guys. There's the guys that's always getting girls, and then there's the second one that gets their leftovers at 30.
About confidence from the man's perspective. I think a lot of men in this society are not empowered and given confidence to step forth as men. They're kind of they're battened down to the female perspective of, I feel, and because I feel this, you must basically accommodate those feelings. And
sorry, finish what you're saying.
If men were allowed to have the confidence as men in their masculinity, there would be more space for them to actually pursue women. A lot of men don't know how to talk to women.
It's true.
They don't know how to approach women because everything's offensive or, why are you looking at me? well, you dress a certain way. I want to look nice. I want guys to look at me. When the guy looks at you, why are you looking at me? You get what I mean?
So how are men supposed to feel confident when women find 80% of men is unattractive, not okay or whatever? They literally think they're unattractive, and then there's another 10% that they find okay, maybe here or there, in the last 10% that they'd go first.
It's not, first of all, biology, natural selection. The problem.
Yeah, but like, how would you feel if they found 80% of women unattractive? It'd be kind of hard to, feel confident in yourself.
I guess if you.
Well, good afternoon, folks. Thank you for joining me on my journey to my collection or pickup in picturesque Kent, outside of London, if you're not in the UK. Right, so as you can see, I've been watching a very interesting video, and I'm still watching it right now. I've kind of paused it just to sort of talk to you guys. Now, I've spoken on this subject before, but today I have a question because, contrary to the old saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So I'm willing to learn some new tricks from you youngsters. Now, in the video, I've heard this said before, that today's statistics, in 2022, the statistic says that women find 80% of men unattractive. And again, according to the statistics on social media, that only, I think, something like 3 out of 10 men are not having sex or haven't had sex for a year or so. And only a small number of men are actually getting laid or have girlfriends. Which, for me, is quite confusing. And I'll tell you why it's quite confusing. And this is where I come with my questions. Now, I'm an old boy, as you can see. Oh, actually, by the way, this weekend, this Sunday is going to be my birthday. I'm going to be 59 years old. Yes, I'm pushing 60. Anyway, even at this grand old age, yeah, if I went to a weekend event such as Butlins Adult Weekender, if I went to the Notting Hill Carnival, if I went to any sort of like a social event, be it like a mass gathering that's aimed towards older folks, right? I have no problems meeting women, dating women, getting laid. Question some of you are asking, well, if that's the case, then why are you not married? I shall answer that question. I shall answer that question really, really quickly. Right, it's really simple. All the women that I've been crazy about, there's been one of 3 outcomes. Either they wasn't crazy about me like I was crazy about them, or they wasn't interested or weren't available, or number 3, I wasn't crazy about them like they were crazy about me. So simply in my life journey, I just simply haven't met someone who wants the same thing that I want, and that's it. That is really it in a nutshell. Just how the way the cookie has crumbled. However, that still doesn't negate the fact that throughout my life, apart from when I was between the age of 17 and 19, that was my incel period where I wasn't getting anything. Bo diddly squat. But from 19 onwards, I had no problems getting a date or getting laid. Okay? Now, I'm not classically good looking. I have never been classically good looking. I never will be classically good looking. Yes, I know I come from a different era, before internet dating, or I know how like Tinder and all that sort of thing has destroyed the dating market for you youngsters. However, it doesn't take away the point that, me, who's not as what you guys would call, I'm not a Tyrone, I'm certainly not a Chad, has never had problems getting laid and getting a date right? So I'm just concentrating as I'm just passing a big lorry. Right. So let me just give a little explanation on myself of why I think that is, right? It's not like I've got any special skills. Okay, yeah, I'm a pro dancer, so okay. Apart from the fact that I'm a pro dancer, so and I'm fitter than the average man. Okay, let's put that to one side. But you know, I've never had a shitload of money. I'm not famous or anything. So I'm just apart from being physically fit and having above ability in terms of physical movement as a pro dancer, I'm just an average guy, okay? And so I'm saying this not as a brag, I'm saying this to give hope to those who feel it's over, right? Because this may be something you may not have considered, right? So if I had to put looks into a genre, Chad, a above average looking white guy, that's known as a Chad for those who don't know, right? I would call that sort of look mainstream pop. It appeals to the majority of people. Then a Tyrone, which is an above average looking black guy, I would call that sort of look R&B and hip hop, which is also very popular amongst a large number of people. Whereas my sort of look, I call that underground funk. Now, underground funk doesn't appeal to most people. However, there is a small number of people who absolutely loves funky music, be it funky house, be it old school house and garage, be it retro funk, b-boy funk, right? There's a fan base for funk. So in the same way, there's a minority of women who likes my type of look, who's into my type of look. So my confusion when I hear these statistics, I think to myself, well, surely, okay, they say that women find 80% of men unattractive, but however, I'm sure there must be the equivalent of underground funks walking around like myself, or indie pop or indie rock, so I say indie rock, right, where a minority of women would be into that sort of look. So considering that the fact that they say, if the statistics are correct, that one in three men are struggling to get date or get laid, I think myself, either one, they haven't discovered their fan base, or two, something else is really going wrong out there. Because, you know, if a guy like me, even at this age now, call me 59 years old, even at 59 years old, I can go out and meet someone. I can eat, I have no problems chat doing cold approach. I could get a date, I could get laid, and many of you guys who are watching this are better looking than me. Fact, 100% fact. But yet you are struggling to get laid and get a date, where I am not. I don't have money. So unless it is that you are so unlucky to be living in this time period where really, you know, I don't know, I suppose probably, yeah, if you are the part of that 80% and the women just find you unattractive, then I don't know what to say about that. But anyway, my question is, what's going on? Tell me what's really going on. You know, are the statistics, are they correct? Is that what is really happening in the dating scene of 2022? You know what I'm saying? Because I just find it kind of hard to believe, because back in my day, just ordinary guys was getting girlfriends, getting laid, you know, right? So Wow. Well, you tell me. Teach this old dog. Teach this old dog. This old dog needs to learn some new tricks. So educate me on this. Okay, folks. Well, I'm nearly arrived at my destination now. So thanks again for tuning into my Macroscopic channel. I don't take your time for granted, and I look forward to your feedback. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, bye.
He created a man who became a monster.